It is important for us to do a holistic review of how our season, our beautiful season, had turned out to be a fairy tale. When we started this season, we were all confident of the fact that having taken the English Premier League to the last day last season, that this season we're going to notch it, having learned from our experiences, our shortfalls, and we want to utilize it to better ourselves, and how difficult it is for us to swallow that the same naivety, the same challenges that occurred last season are the same thing we failed to correct, especially when we're playing against low-rated team. I'm sorry to use the word low-rated team because if you're going to be looking at the top six, we've been very good against the top six in the Premier League in the last 3 seasons. But unfortunately, when it comes to this mid-table, or rather this middle table size, we're always flounder. We tend to forget how to play football. We tend to forget our mental resolve. We tend to forget how to put our ass together. And the million-dollar question is, who is responsible for all this act? Is it Mikel Arteta? Is it the board? Or does it have to do with the players or the fans? We're going to be looking at the role each and every one had played in the capitulation of Arsenal this season. And that is why we need to go back to the drawing board to look at how much we're going to resolve this challenge and get our ass together again. While I'm seated here musing over the fact that the likes of Chelsea, United and Spurs were vying to win a trophy this season, I'm gutted over the fact that Arsenal's beautiful season in the English Premier League turned out to be a fairy tale. This is the Arsenal Fans Beat brought to you by Arsenal fans globally. Today we're going to be looking at the challenges we face as a club. What are the reasons why we capitulated again in the English Premier League? And come Wednesday, Arsenal will be facing the hardest task to defeat PSG at Parc de France Stadium. The question is, who is responsible for our capitulation in the English Premier League? And do we have that mental resolve in order to go to Parc de France in Paris to face PSG, who already have their nose ahead of us, notching a 1-0 victory over Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium? Now, this is an opportunity for us to extract the things that were not working or that did not work for us this season. And let's start with the Kroenkes. The Kroenkes are American owners. Yes, kudos to them. They've tried as much as they can. They spent some money. There is not enough. We've discovered that in this league, that money pays the game. We've seen how the lives of Man City, they were resolved to start winning trophies and they spending a lot of fun. Their resources went down the drain. They changed coaches, and yet in the history of their title-winning spree, they've changed 3 coaches, and so far, they've gotten it right. Either of those 3 coaches had won them trophies. And that process, they've expended a lot of money because they understand what it takes in order to be title winners. But the question is, our darling Arsenal and the Kroenkes. The Kroenkes will come up with permutations of how much they are willing to invest in the club. We hear them, but we don't see them in action. The funds that they've expended were spent on Plan B. I've not seen in any season, even during the Wenger days, that Arsenal will have a Plan A of a player they want to go for and end up notching that player without we going for Plan B. That's been our greatest challenge. When are the Kroenkes going to change from identifying Plan A, go for it and get it, or rather get that player rather than going for Plan B or Plan C? That's been our biggest challenge. It shows that our owners are not ambitious enough to take us to the next level. The question again is, does it have to do with the tactical prowess or knowledge of Mikel Arteta, a coach that's taken us from nothing to something, having won 3 trophies during his 5-year and 6 months, or rather 5 years and 4 months reign in the club? He has changed the paradigm of Arsenal's sense of belonging and unity within the team across the globe and across the Emirates. But the thing is that he's not been able to cross the line by winning more trophies. And that leaves a marker of a question on his credibility and capacity. Now, does he have to do with the players? Because they say a coach is as good as his team. Now, he getting those players. Why are the players not translating all the beautiful things we hear that he does on the training ground or match days? What's the spoke about the mental resolve or mental capacity of Arsenal players when it has to do playing in Europe and playing in the Premier League? Because you lost them the first time, the second, the third time, you should just take it to the next level and win all your matches if possible. But somehow we've seen Arsenal playing below par when we're playing against middle table sides, even relegation sides. We battle to overcome them. When it has to do with the top six, we've been fundamental. We've been phenomenal, I beg your pardon. We've been phenomenal in the way we play. And yet, we're still playing second fiddle. And every season, the English Premier League gets tougher. So the question again is, does it have to do with the fans? Are the fans playing enough role in order to take us to the next level? Because when the fans are rooted behind you, then there is nothing you cannot do. Especially when you compare the Anfield fans to every other fans across the English Premier League, you will realize that the Anfield is always a place that people are scared of going because of the way the fans rowl on match day. Now, that is left for you in the comment section to make your views count and let us know who you think is going to take a larger part of the blame for Arsenal's capitulation in the English Premier League this season. And next week, Arsenal will be going to Parc de France in France to play against PSG, who already have their nose ahead of Arsenal in this make or mark semi-final second leg. This is an opportunity for Arsenal players to write history and rewrite their season by making it count going into the final of the UEFA Champions League competition. It's all beautiful for us at the beginning of the season, and somehow the English Premier League title chase has become a fairy tale. We lost it to Liverpool by a larger margin this season, but somehow there is an opportunity for us to rewrite history and write our season by going to Parc de France in Paris, France, and beat PSG. I said it the last time, if PSG could come to the Emirates and put their nose ahead of us, we can go to Parc de France and make our efforts count. This has to do with the players. Like I said, one of the key things that Mikel Arteta needs to do is to be drastic in his decision making. One of the players that have been disappointing us all along in the last 20 matches of this season has been Martin Odegaard, our captain. It's not working out for him at the moment. Put him on the bench and let the people that are willing to die for the badge, to give their blood, their sweat, everything on that pitch count. Until then, I'd like to know what your view is in regards to the points that I just put across before you. Is it the coach? Is it the owners? Is it the fans? Does it have to do with the players' mental capacity? So until then, don't forget that this is the Arsenal Fans Beat, and don't forget to like, to subscribe, and share on this channel. Because together, we want to build a larger community together. Once again, it is come on, you gunners.